Welcome to Fact or Fibula.
Alright, now we're going into our final category. How leadership structures don't have to be hierarchical. How is the authority distributed in human societies?
Only the men were leaders, and usually the top leader in authority was the alpha male.
It had to be hierarchical with sigma males being the leaders.
Leadership in the Paleolithic era was like spiders. Women would eat the men if they did not comply.
I'm sorry, none of those were correct, and some interesting takes we got there. Jerbones, I don't know about any of these guests, but they haven't won anything this past 5 minutes. Alrighty, we're gonna cut to the professor now.
Societies do not have to be hierarchical, i.e. have a centralized power source for it to survive. An example of societies that have maximized their survival by adopting a specialized form of government, hierarchical government of course, that integrated different communities through exchange could be seen in iron-using societies in the semi-arid tropics of West Africa. Specifically, the Middle Senegal Valley and the inland Niger Delta. Research by archaeologist Susan McIntosh shows the hierarchical government would not be a good fit for the inland Niger Delta communities of the first millennium due to the groups that persisted even in periods of high population density. Additionally, the existence of complex territorial units with overlapping territories of subsistence in the smaller and relatively dispersed Middle Senegal Valley community make it important that a new form of government, not vertical hierarchy, had to be considered to promote urban growth, specialization, etc. Another example of a community that has existed and survived with a centralized or hierarchical government could be seen in the country of Mali. Rather than having a ruling elite, split power between corporate groups, which could be seen with the clustered organization at the site. This means that unlike places like Egypt, Degeno was more highly stratified, and evidence for a very wealthy ruling class has never been found. This urban configuration incentivized peaceful reciprocity between the communities, which in turn caused the communities to be specialized further, leading to the prosperity of the community as a whole. It is hypothesized that the clusters held people of similar ethnic groups and craft specializations, which would set the city up for extensive trade and growth. In conclusion, societies are not necessarily hierarchical and do not have to be hierarchical to promote their survival. There is ample evidence of a heterarchical society as declared already. A more well-known example of this would be the interaction between the executive, legislative, and judicial branches in the U.S. government. No branch is designated to have more power than the other, and all of them have distinctly different jobs intended to better the society.
Now, a word from our sponsors.